Good morning, all of you. So, as we come to know that in last class we have been studied that what is the effect of temperature and as well as pressure on solubility. Is it yes, guys? Can anybody say what is the effect of pressure and solubility of solid solutes in liquids? Anybody, please? If the solid solutes dissolve in liquids, what is the effect of pressure? Like increasing pressure or decreasing pressure in solids? I am asking. Solids in liquids, please. Anybody?
On increasing temperature and decreases on decreasing
I'm
temperature.
asking solids in liquids. I am not asking gases in liquids. I am asking solids in liquids. Then what is the use of studying? Solids in liquids, I am asking. Anybody? Solids.
Sir, by pressure, sir.
By pressure, not by temperature.
Sir, it will be unaffected, sir.
That is. So, if pressure increases or decreases, doesn't matter. The solubility of solids in liquids unaffected means no change in solubility. That is you have to remember. Like that, if you take the gases, the solubility of gases in liquids by the temperature as well as pressure. By the temperature increasing the temperature, solubility will decreases. Decreasing the temperature, the solubility will increases. And if it comes to the pressure what will happen? If the pressure is increasing, then the solubility also increases. If the pressure is decreasing, the solubility also decreases. That is what the gases in liquids. Is it yes, guys? And we have been studied one example also, how to find the solubility and how much and what temperature, what is the how much amount it is dissolving under. Is it yes, guys? Shruti, respond. I said.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now in our today's class we are going to study the next concept is physical and chemical changes. All of you keep reading. What is that?
Physical and chemical changes.
Physical and chemical changes. Shall we start? All of you. Kaltu, Manya, Samaya, Lakshya, Darun, are you joined? Not joined. Okay. Maitre, shall we start? Sai? Okay. So observe very carefully. There are some changes which no new substances is forming. Suppose, for example, you see, I will give you one newspaper and I will ask you to make 100 pieces. So you can observe here. I will say you the complete newspaper as a single substance, then you can say newspaper only. If I used to say, suppose I will show you some part. Suppose let me take some paper. This is the one big paper. I will ask you to what is this called as paper only. Is it yes, guys? Now, if I make it into 10 small pieces or 4 small pieces, then each piece is also called as what? Paper only. Is it yes, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now you observe very carefully while we are doing some actions in our everyday life, some things during some which no new substances are formed, and if some other changes you will see during which the new substances are formed. So on the basis of whether new substances will form or not, we can classify all the changes into 2 groups. That is what we should call as physical changes and as well as what we should call chemical changes. Do you understand, guys? So based upon the new products will form, based upon the what? New substances will form or not, based upon during some changes, during changes, some changes, new products will form and some changes will not. So based upon this property, what we can say now? Based on what? Basis of whether new substances are formed or not. Understand? Based on whether new substances formed or not. We are going to classify all the changes into how many categories? All the categories, how many categories? 2 categories. One is what? Sai, Monish, physical changes. And another one is called as what? Chemical changes. So, no new substance will form. That is called as physical change. No new substances will form. Physical changes. Here, new substances will form. That is called as chemical change. Is it yes, guys? Respond me.
Yes,
So
sir.
now, let us start with the physical change because we have to study one by one in detail. So first we'll discuss what is physical change or what's the examples of it, or later we will go with the chemical change. Now, let us come to the physical change. All of you keep heading. Physical changes. What is our first type of changes, Ra? Physical changes. Correct or not? So now, let us come to here. What is this physical change and what is a real life example we can see? So already I told you just now. So those substances, remember, those changes in which no new substances are forming. So whatever the change will happen, if there is no new substance is forming, then that is called as physical changes. For example, let us take water only. So water I can form it into three forms. What is that? Can you able to say anybody? Suppose I have a liquid water. So water I can convert it into 3 forms. What is that? Can you able to say? Water if I'll start boiling, what it will form, Pradosh? Boiling. What it will form? Anybody?
Gas.
Water vapor.
Vapor will form. Is it yes or no, guys? If I'll start
Yes, sir.
cooling, what will happen?
Ice.
Ice will form. Is it yes or no? Now,
Yes,
for
sir.
I have a ice. If I'll start melting, what will happen?
Water.
Liquid water will form. So if I have a liquid water, if I'll start heating or evaporation, boiling, what will happen? Water vapor will form. Is it yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, you observe very carefully here. Everywhere, here also if you'll observe, maybe it is solid state, here it is liquid state, here it is gaseous state. Only state is matters. Here liquid state, here solid state, and here gaseous state. State is only matters. But here also what is the chemical formula? H2O only. Is it yes or no? Here also what is the chemical formula?
Yes, sir.
Here also what is the chemical formula? Sai, H2O only. So you observe here, if I am converting into water into ice or water into water vapor, is there any new substances forming? No new substance is forming. Is it yes or no? Respond here. So
Yes,
no
sir.
new substance form. So that is why. So this is called as what we should call physical change. Freezing of
Physical
water, boiling of water, melting of ice. This all we used to call it as what? Physical changes only. Do you understand, Ra?
Sir.
Yes. Next, suppose I will tear the paper. Let me take. I have given one paper, and you have been already. I have told you this. You have been make it into 2 equal pieces. Now you tell me. This is also called as paper, which is made up of same chemical. If I'll make it into 2 different substances, then that also having a same chemical formula or not, and both are also called as paper only. Is it yes, Ra?
Sir.
Yes. Now, also suppose for example, Monish will break his glass, whatever. Suppose a window glass breaks. So then, what is the change? glass will become into pieces. Then what is the change? Is it new products are forming? Don't say count. Is it yes or no, Shruti?
No, sir.
No, so that is so like that. Whatever the so many things you people can say examples of physical changes. So if you take for example, glowing of an electric bulb, what change? Glowing of electric bulb. Anybody? Glowing of electric bulb, what change? Glowing of electric bulb. So electric bulb will work based upon the heating effect. Is it yes or no? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Now, if I'll on the switch, bulb will glow. If I'll off the switch, again bulb won't glow. So is it any chemical formula changing? No chemical formula, only physical change. Understanding? When I will supply the current, bulb will glow. When I will not supply the current, does not glow. So inside one filament is there. What is that filament name called as? Anybody? Bulb one
Tungsten.
filament. Tungsten filament. What is that called as? Tungsten filament.
Tungsten filament.
So the tungsten filament will start heating. So heating is not a chemical change. It is called as physical change. What we should call, guys? We should call it as
Physical change.
physical change. Understand? So that is you should remember. So this is what the bulb if will take. So glowing up bulb is called as what? Physical change. All of you will be able to remember or not? Respond, yeah.
Sir.
So like this, so many things you can take physical changes examples in our life. So that is why based upon this all the things you can write even condensation of water. What do you mean by condensation? Anybody? First chapter you have been studied. Condensation. Shruti, what do you mean by condensation?
Sir,
There are
water vapor back to liquid, sir.
that is. So water vapor, all others also respond. So water vapor will be back to liquid water, then that is called as condensation. Understand? So condensation, this also we can call it as cooling. What is that? Cooling. All of you should remember.
Cooling.
Water vapor getting back into the liquid, it is called as cooling. So these all are the examples of what? Physical changes. All of you right? Physical changes, definition. See, whenever no new products means different chemical formula is not forming, that is called as physical change only. That is right. Those changes in which no new substances are formed. No new substances are formed are called physical changes. No new substances are formed are called physical changes. Is it okay, guys? Yes or no? So examples you can write. So you can say anything, the substances involved do not change their identity and they can be even easily returned to their original state by forming some physical process. So the physical process means, all the physical process are not been reversed, but some of the physical process most of the physical process are reversed, means they will get back to the original state like water. Understand, bro? So in physical changes, only what will change means the physical state will change, physical size will change, and the shape of the substance will change. That is what we should call as physical changes. Do you understand, guys? So in physical change means what will happen, Ra? During physical change, maybe state will change. Do you understand? State will change. Next one, what will happen? Size will change. Size and shape will change. So these three things only in physical changes. For example, you can see water only. So if it start cooling, it will get the ice. Again, if you start boiling, water vapor will come. So again, we can get back or not. Water vapor, we can get back the water. Again, ice, we can get back the water. Is it yes or no, guys? Respond me. Like that, most of the physical reactions are reversible reactions. But sir, so for example, I will tear the paper, but I cannot get it back. So in the same original format. So that is called as irreversible physical change. But basically, most of the physical changes are what? Most of the physical changes are reversible changes. Reversible. We can get back into the original state. So in physical understanding, physical changes, only three things will change. What is that? Physical state will change. Understand? Size of the object will change, and shape of the object will change. Is it okay, guys?
Yes, sir.
And allow- So that is what I will say. So this is what we should call as physical changes. So whatever it is, if you freeze the water, it will form ice. It is also called as physical change. Again, if you start heating the ice, it will form the liquid water. That is also called as physical change. Do you understand, guys? Everything
Yes, sir.
called as physical change. Understand? If you are understanding only, then I will move further. So like that, so many examples we can make in our daily life. Suppose, for example, we can take a water in China dish and we can dissolve some salt in water. So now what is the change? Can you able to say? Suppose I have been prepared a solution. Solution is a water. Solution is a mixture. Is it yes or no, guys? Yes or no? Mixture. So for example, so now if I'll dissolve salt in water, so is it a physical change or chemical change? Anybody can say? Salt in water, salt solution, physical change or chemical change? But respond, yeah.
Sir, chemical change.
Chemical change of brothers. If the chemical change, then how you are getting back the salt? By again evaporating water, we can get the salt back. Is it yes or no? From the sea and oceans, we are doing the same thing. Is it yes, guys? Yes or no? It is only
Yes,
mixture.
sir.
It is not chemically combined. Understand, Pradosh? Mixture means
Okay, sir.
not chemically combined. Not chemically combined. Do you understand, guys? All of you respond, Maitreyan.
Yes, sir.
Understand?
Yes.
So mixture is not chemically combined. So if we'll take the salt solution by evaporating water, again I can form the salt crystals. Is it yes or no, guys? Again I can form the
Yes,
salt.
sir.
So means in the sense of what is this change? This which change? Physical change. What is
Physical
it?
change.
Physical change. That is you have to remember it, all of you. Like that, so many examples we can make for the physical change. So the physical changes are not all. Most of the physical changes are temporary changes. What we should call temporary changes, which can be reversed easily to form the original substances. That is what you have to remember. So physical changes also we can call it another name. What is that another name? Physical changes also we can call it as temporary changes. Reverse, all of you should remember. So physical changes are also known as temporary changes. What we should call it?
Temporary changes.
Temporary changes, right? Because most of them they are reversed and we can easily get back into the original substance. That is why they are called as temporary changes. No chemical reaction will take place. Is it clear, Tarun, Tamil Selvan, Monesh, Shruti?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah, so that is you have to remember it. So this is called as melting, understanding. So like that, so many you can take. Suppose melting of wax, melting of butter, melting of glass. Understand? Dissolving common salt in water, making a fruit salad from raw fruits. Understand? But fruits are again, I cannot make the fruit, correct, sir? So that is what I am saying. Some reactions are irreversible physical reactions, may remaining all are reversible only. So next, it will take iron. Iron is mixed with sulfur. Is it a physical change or chemical change, Pradosh? Mavanish? Iron is mixing with a sulfur
Sir,
particle.
physical change, sir.
Physical change only, because iron and sulfur again we can be separated. Yes or no? The same chapter
Sir.
we have been studied. So now, suppose I will mix sand with rice. Is it a physical change or chemical change? Some amount of sand in rice.
Physical change.
Physical change, because we can get back, we can separate them again back into rice. Is it yes, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So that is what I will say. So everything we can do. So this all the process is called as physical changes. What we should call physical changes.
Physical changes.
Physical changes. That's all. So this is all about. Suppose your fan is rotating. What is that change? Can you able to say? Your fan is rotating. What is the change? Your fan. Suppose I am stretching the rubber band. Again, if I leave it, it will come to the original state. So stretching of rubber bands, what we should call? Stretching of rubber bands.
Physical change, sir.
Physical change. Tearing of cloth. Physical change.
Physical
Suppose
change.
in our classroom, you people will use to break the chalk piece into individual pieces. What is that called as?
Physical change.
Physical change. Understand? So everything is called as physical change only. Suppose I am dissolving carbon dioxide in water. That is what soda water. So dissolving carbon dioxide in soda water. What we should call? Physical or chemical change?
Physical change.
Physical change only. Understand? Soda water in where? Soda water in, understand, by dissolving carbon dioxide, soda water, by making the soda water by dissolving carbon dioxide, that is also called as what? Physical change only. Do you understand, Ra? Yes or no? Making soda water by dissolving which gas, Ra? Dissolving CO2.
CO2 gas.
Carbon dioxide.
Water. So that is also called as what? Physical change only. So these are the examples of physical changes. You all people can remember. So now, I hope you all understand. Physical changes means that temporary changes which can be easily reversed. Most of the reactions can be easily reversed by some physical process. Is it okay, guys? Yes or no? Now, if coming to different type of thing, what is that called as, Ra?
Chemical change.
Yes. What we should call them? Chemical changes. Now, let us discuss what do you mean by chemical changes and how it will be present and all. So if you observe carefully, chemical changes means opposite to that. So what is the chemical changes? Everybody, new substances. What is that? What is that?
Substances.
New substances.
New, sir.
New substances will form means that is only called as physical chemical changes. So in chemical change, the substances involved, involved and they change, the substances involved change their identity. New substances with a new chemical formula will come. That is what we should call as chemical change. What we should call, guys? Chemical change. Understand, guys? Yes. So now in this chemical change, entirely new substances will come. So raw material some different property, products some different properties. That is called as chemical changes. Understand, guys? Write it. Those changes in which new substances are formed, are called, what is it called, Ra? Are called chemical changes. Are called chemical changes. Can anybody say the examples, please? Examples. So here, entirely
Burning of
Understand? Entirely new changes, new properties will
Sir,
come.
burning of paper.
Burning of paper, very good. So burning of paper will give you what? Ash or black color substance. That is not a paper composition. That is you should remember. Is it okay, guys? Understand, Ra? So
Sir, mixture of acid and base.
yeah, what, Ra? Speak.
Mixture of acid and base.
Reaction of
Mixture of-
acid and base. Very good. Mixture, not reaction of acid and base. Acid and base, if will mix, we used to get some. First one, there are some new products will come. Entirely different products. That is what I will say. So if we'll take, for example, let us see. I will say, for example, if we'll take oxygen gas and hydrogen gas, if we'll mix with, we used to get water. Water. Is it yes or no, guys? Water we used to get. Is it yes or no? Tell me. Yes, Ra? Nobody is.
Sir.
So now you observe hydrogen. Hydrogen, actually it is a gas which will burn with a pop sound. What will, Ra? Which will burn with a pop sound. Oxygen is which is a combustion, supporter of combustion. What is that? Supporter of
Supporter of
combustion.
combustion.
So different properties. Is it yes or no, guys? Now both are combined together in a chemical change, chemical reaction. Chemical reaction takes place between them. So we are getting entirely new substance. This is called as water. Water. Is it yes or no, guys? Water. And you have observed very carefully. This water is it a supporter of combustion or is it will burn with pop sound? Water does not have these two characteristics. Is it yes or no, guys? Water is a non-supporter of
Yes, sir.
combustion. What is that? Non-supporter. Understand, Ra? Yes or no? Tell me, yaar.
Yes, sir.
Non-supporter of combustion. So completely new products. Is it yes or no? So these kind of changes is called as what changes we can call, Ra? Tamil Selvan.
Chemical changes, sir.
That is what you have to remember it. So chemical changes. For example, like so many examples you can take. Rusting of iron. Can you able to say? Rusting of iron. Rusting of iron, what change? Rusting of iron. Yeah, for example, Pradosh said, burning of
Chemical change, sir.
burning of paper. Burning of paper is called as chemical change. Now, rusting. Rusting means what? Sai. Rusting of iron. What is that? Means a new substance. It will react with oxygen and it will new substance will form. Is it yes or no? That is why it
Sir.
is as physical chemical change. Now, suppose ripened mango you can take. Suppose raw mango. Raw mango you can take. It will be in a sour taste. Is it yes or no, guys? Raw mango little sour in taste.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you take a ripened mango will be sweet in taste. So now, you tell me, raw mango become ripened mango. What change? Physical change or chemical change?
Chemical change, sir.
Chemical change, because ripening mango, it will involve in chemical changes. Then only the change in color will take place. So change in color is an example of what? Change in color is example of what? Chemical change. What we should call? Chemical change. You have to respond me. Ripening of fruits. Ripening of fruits is an example of what? Tamil Selvan?
Chemical change, sir.
Next one. Burning of any metal. Suppose burning of magnesium metal. Burning of magnesium metal. So which one? Physical change or chemical change?
Chemical change.
Chemical change, because magnesium metal will burn with presence of oxygen, which will form magnesium oxide. What will form, Ra? Magnesium oxide.
Magnesium oxide.
It is called as chemical change. New product is forming. So always get converting into entirely new substances. Entirely new substances. For example, let me see. Girls will say formation of curd from milk. What change? Formation of curd. Formation of curd. Please tell me. Formation of curd. Curd from milk. Is it milk and curd is same? Is it milk and
No,
curd?
sir. No, sir.
No,
Chemical change, sir.
Sir,
Chemical change.
chemical change, sir.
So that is
Chemical
why
change, sir.
chemical change. Like that. Suppose your mother is preparing fish curry or else some other favorite curry. Then now for cooking of food, what change? cooking of food.
Chemical change.
Because so many substances will react together and they will form. So we cannot get them back. It cannot be possible to reverse. Is it possible to make the curd into milk again? Is it possible to make the curd into milk again?
No, sir.
No. Is it possible to make the magnesium oxide back into magnesium? No, it is not
No, sir.
possible. Next, is it possible to make the ripening fruits into raw material? Raw fruit?
Sir.
No.
Sir.
Is it possible to remove the complete iron rust, and is it possible to make the iron back? No, we cannot do
No,
it.
sir.
Once you will burn the paper, is it possible to make the paper again? No. So that
No,
is
sir.
the physical changes. Chemical changes are irreversible changes. What we should got? Irreversible changes. All of you should note it down. So chemical changes are called as what we should call Ra?
New substance.
Irreversible changes. All of you write it. Chemical changes are called as chemical changes are called permanent changes. What we should call? Permanent changes and irreversible. Irreversible changes. Is it okay, Sai, Maitrayan, Darun, Tamil Selvan? That is. Now, I will ask you one thing and let me see who will say which is physical and which is chemical. Is it okay, Manya? Samaya? Now, observe very carefully. Suppose Samaya mother told her to prepare chapati. Now, she is starting the rolling of roti or chapati out of duff is a which change? Rolling of roti or chapati. Rolling.
Sir, physical change.
Rolling of roti from duff.
Sir, physical change.
Physical change.
Is there, sir? No. Now, same roti.
Sir.
If I start keeping in the oven or baking, then what is that? Baking of
Sir,
roti.
chemical change.
Baking of
Chemical change, sir.
it is chemical change because it is not possible to get back and new substance will form. When it is in not boiling or baking, it is some other thing, duff. Understanding? Now, once if you start baking, so it is mixing with so many chemicals and new substances will form. So that is why you can see it is called as what we should call chemical change. What we should call, guys? Chemical change. Understand, all of you? Please respond me. Now, in exam,
Sir.
they will ask you, suppose if it is normal exam, for example, half yearly, if it is normal, they may be ask you, they're going to be ask you some kind of the question that what is the difference between physical and chemical changes? What they will ask, what is the difference between physical and chemical changes? So that
Chemical
is why
changes.
in your classwork, all of you should write the 5 differences between the physical and chemical changes. That is what it is. So physical change means all of you should remember what is the first physical change. Everybody should remember and tell me. So tell me, physical change means no new substances will form. All of you should remember. What is that? No new substances will form. Next, chemical change means what? Opposite to physical change. What is
New
that?
substance formed.
New substances is formed. Please take screenshot or write it now itself. New substances will form. It is called as chemical change. Next, physical change. What I said. Physical change are
Temporary change.
changes. Understand? But chemical changes are what? Permanent changes. Understand? Permanent changes. Next, physical changes. Most of the physical changes, for example, ice become water, water become water vapor, like that. It is what? It is water. Easily we can reverse them also. That is why they are called as what? Easily reversible changes. But this one, chemical changes is usually irreversible. What is that? Irreversible. Understand, all of you? Write it down. Next. Very little heat energy is usually absorbed or given out in a physical change. Means not much energy will be released or not much energy is absorbed during physical change, but in chemical change, maybe lot of energy may be absorbed or lot of energy may be released out. That is what you have to remember. Given out a lot of heat energy or whatever the energy, a lot of heat energy is absorbed or given out in a chemical change. That is you have to remember it. That is the fourth point. Now coming to the last point, the mass of a substance does not alter in a physical change. Mass, do you understand guys? Mass in the sense of mass is remain same. What is that? Mass is equals to constant here. That is what you have to remember. The mass of a substance does not alter, means does not change in a physical change. Understand, Ramonesh? Mass is always constant, but if it comes to here, understand, in the chemical reaction, some gases will form. Is it yes or no, guys? Respond here. Some gases will form. These gases will escape into the atmosphere. So that is why the total, understanding, total weight of this one, or is the total mass of this one, which is equals to what? It is not constant. So that it is alter in a chemical change. Is it okay, guys? Alter in a chemical change, because in chemical change evolution of gases will take place. Understand, Ra? So that some loss will be there and remaining all it everything will be common. So this is what it is, the main differences between what two things. One is what physical changes and another one
Physical change and chemical change.
Chemical changes.
and as well as chemical change. So please all of you note this one. All of you write it, note it down, these 5 points each. If it is completed, you can leave from the meeting.